There's some Revelator songs that I'm like, man, we got to bring those back. But we've done so many songs and albums. There's like so much to choose from that I guess we don't think about it all the time.
You need to get you a really good slide player in Nashville, and you guys need to cover a Derek Truck song.
You know, he told me Susan wrote the song, which he was proud of. He said that with great pride, you know, the way you say nice things about your family.
From the first note with Tedeschi Trucks, they just blow you away.
Yes, we will. I wouldn't argue with anyone that says that could be my favorite song on I Am the Moon.
He, signs my ticket, and I look over at Susan. I say, Susan, would you sign it too? And she goes, oh, heck yeah.
Kevin calls me and was like, hey, man, what are you doing? I was like, nothing. He was like, Derek wants to record some tuba stuff. I said, when do you want to do it? And he was like, let's do it Wednesday.
It was Midnight Harlem. And it caught our attention, man. And we started diving deep, and we're like, okay, we got to see these guys.
What's up? Welcome to the unofficial Tedeschi Trucks podcast. This is episode number 185, and I am Adam Choate. To follow the show at Tedeschi Trucks Podcast on Instagram, please subscribe on whatever platform you listen to podcasts on. I'll be putting out an audio version of this live stream as well. Get that out maybe tomorrow for you guys. I know some people like to listen as well. Definitely subscribe on YouTube. Like the videos, share the videos. That's appreciated. We're on Odyssey and iHeartRadio as well now. Patreon.com/TTB podcast to support. A portion of your donation at the second and third tiers will get donated to the Mr. Holland's Opus Music Foundation. As part of the part of the whole tie into Kofi Burbridge, who had a lot of connections to Mr. Holland's Opus for sure. But I appreciate it. Kathleen, Stacy, Troy, Daniel, Mariah, Bo, and Marion. But today we're going to preview the upcoming Dickey Betts tribute in Macon tomorrow night. Today's the 27th. That's going to be super fun. Got a bunch of friends here and super fans here who are going to be there tomorrow night. That's awesome. It's also going to be streaming on nugs.net. I think free. I think they said free, or a portion is going to be. I know there's a tie into a fundraiser for Dickey as well, but we'll get into it. We got Garrett, John, Tom, David, Traci, all returning guests to the podcast, and we'll check in with them and get into it. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Everybody's here.
Hello.
Hello.
Everybody's still home.
Everybody's
Yep.
We're all leaving tomorrow. We got a big crowd tonight, so maybe we'll have to go around the room, raise our hands, or do what. But why don't we start with Garrett and tell me where you are, and why don't you tell me how you got how you ended up scoring tickets, I guess, and your ticket plan and your travel plans. How did you get the story?
All right. I am just west of Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm in a little town called Lenoir City, Tennessee. So I'm from here to Macon. It's going to take me 4 hours, maybe a little more. So not bad. I can do it all in one shot. I've driven longer and all in one shot, so I'm not afraid to make a drive for a good time. But,
so you're leaving tomorrow morning or something like that?
Yeah, I'm going to try to be on the road between 5:30 and 6 tomorrow morning.
Nice.
But
what about how did you end up you just got lucky on Ticketmaster essentially?
I was able to get the pre-sale password, so I got in on that and was able to had to click about 6 different seats before I got one that I could actually get through the checkout process with. I mean,
that's not nerve-wracking at all, is it?
Well, for as nerve-wracking as that was, I heard the general on sale was even worse. Like, I talked to friends of mine that tried the general on sale, and they were like, yeah, we know the pre-sale was hard, but they're like, you should have tried with us. That was probably 10 times worse than what you experienced. So I heard that might have been a little worse, so I don't feel so bad for what I had to go through. But the thing I did, I started kind of up front, and then as I clicked more seats, I moved back a little bit. So I think I found a row where nobody was attacking it yet, so I got lucky.
And the pre-sale was TTB, right? That was TTB's pre-sale.
I don't remember. I think it was just a Ticketmaster pre-sale.
Just a
Yeah.
ticket. Who? Oh, because what, you have a certain card or a certain membership, or what is it? Just
No, it was just for this particular show.
It's not a pre-sale if everyone has access. It's just this on
No,
sale.
but you had to have
Right.
a password.
Oh, well, how do you get a password?
Somebody sends it to you.
Oh.
I
I wonder if I got one. Maybe through TTB. I did see something, but I wasn't gonna make it from California. John, how we doing? And you're still home. How did you end up getting tickets to this show? And what are your travel plans?
Hey, Adam, thanks for having me again. Yeah, much like Garrett. Well, apart from Garrett, I somehow, and I don't remember how, but I got access to the pre-sale. And as I sit here, I can't remember who or how I got that. But I was in on the pre-sale, and it was hectic. Literally, the tickets were you could watch them just fly off the screen, right? You could watch the blue dots were just flying off the screen. And at that point, I said, "Look, I said to myself, it's a 2,700 seat house. I just want to be in the building." So, like Garrett, I went to the back of the room. I went to the back of the house. We're upstairs in the balcony, and picked two, and by good graces, I got them. Just pure luck is all it was. I have no reason over anybody to have tickets. It's just pure luck that morning. And it was like 9 minutes. I think it was 9 or 10 minutes after 10, and I was done. And I immediately let the guy in the bottom corner there in the blue shirt, Tommy, let him know. And so he and my wife wrestled over the two tickets, and Lynn let him win.
And the uglier one won, huh?
So
tough crowd.
I'm leaving my home in Apopka, Florida tomorrow morning, and make a 2-hour trek up the road to pick up Tommy there in Jacksonville, and then we got a 4-hour trek up to Macon. So we're going to get up there, and we're going to throw some plastic. Tommy's going to pick out a good course, and we're going to throw some disc and get a shower and meet on the rooftop.
Nice. I can't wait to see you guys.
Can't wait.
Nice.
Good to see you, buddy.
Tom, how come didn't hitch a ride with the band on the bus? If you're already there, just hop on. You can. They're probably headed from the same.
I'm
place.
a fan on this one. If I can quote the great American bard, 24 hours to go. I want to be sedated, baby. I'm stoked for this one, and thanks again to Miss Lynn.
Yeah,
I owe her big for allowing me to have that seat.
Lynn literally said, I mean, Lynn has been to, if I've been to 35 TTB shows, Lynn's probably been to about 15 to 20 of them with me. So she's in on it. But she said, Tom would get way more out of this than I would. You got to take Tom.
That's not good negotiating by her. She should be negotiating for I get the next thing, the next TTB experience or something.
We leave for Ireland Monday night. How's that?
Oh, there you go.
There you go. That's
Nice.
exciting. TTB has not been to Ireland.
No, they have not. So
Tracy, where are you? How are you? And when are we going to Macon?
I'm in Atlanta. I'm currently in my car waiting for my daughter to finish her dance class for the night. So that's why I didn't leave tonight. But I'm leaving tomorrow morning. It's just about a 2-hour drive from here.
You live in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Right. Are you from the Northeast originally, or did I make that up?
You made that up, but I was in
did.
New York for a good long time of my
Right.
life.
Right. You go to shows there. I think that's what it is. I just see you posting from a lot of shows in the Northeast, and you have kind of
all over.
You have a Northeast kind of vibe, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, my parents are from New York, and
That
I was
makes
in New York for about 20 years. So
nice. So
Yeah.
you're just driving down tomorrow.
driving down tomorrow. I'm hoping to maybe go to H&H for lunch. We'll see. I don't know. I think it's going to be probably a zoo. So I'll
Yeah,
either go tomorrow or Saturday.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you go down to Macon often, or?
Whenever there's an amazing show that I can't miss, I try to get there, but I don't go too often.
Right.
Flamm, did I meet you there? I think I met you at TTB.
Yeah, I think that was the first time we met. Tracy was row E, the front row story.
That was row E. We all had row E, and we're like, oh, we got row E. You know, we were being like little brats. And then we got there, and row E was the front row. And we were so happy. We were like, never seen row E be the front row before, but we all were sitting together, and yeah.
I mean, can you imagine you're going to see TTB and you think you have fifth row seats, and you're walking and you're looking on the floor and you're looking at the letters, and holy shit, E was the front row. There was no A, B, C, D. It was like, it was
Front
amazing.
row. And it was
Business class to first class.
Oh my God. It was, man, we went from the outhouse to the penthouse. Are you kidding? It was
Totally.
unbelievable. That
And
was
Derek
unbelievable.
played Wayne's Gold Top that night too, like right in our face. It was so amazing.
Well, Traci did have a problem though. She did have to sit next to Ann and I, so it wasn't all, roses.
That was amazing. I'm so glad I met you guys.
And
Yeah.
that was
big
2018. I think it was 2018 at in this great building that
same
we're
building.
going to tomorrow.
Yeah, so you two have been there. Garrett, John, Tom, have you been to the Macon Auditorium? That's
Yeah,
what
Macon City Auditorium, they call it. I did look here. My ticket says venue pre-sale. Venue pre-sale.
Oh, you got venue pre-sale.
That's what it says. Mine says, I think, but I'm assuming I had the code that you guys had. I think if I'm looking on Ticketmaster and I look at my ticket details and it says venue pre-sale is what mine says. I don't know, but I did like you guys. I got on right with the code, but I did a little different, Garrett. I went about halfway back on the floor because I saw them all just. So I went about halfway back and I clicked 2. So I got 1 on the aisle. So I went for the aisle. So I went about halfway back and got 2 on the aisle. And by the time I had checked out, I went back in. I checked out, went back in. Nothing. It was, I mean, I couldn't find any. I wanted to buy 2 more, and there was nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing available after I checked out. Like you said, maybe 8-9 minutes after the hour, it was gone. Yeah, it was.
What row are you on, David?
We are row O, which is the 14th row. Unless it can't. It's not gonna
might be the 9th row.
No, it's not gonna happen.
It might be the 9th row. Exactly.
No, row O. Yeah, we're O, Garrett.
You sure that's not zero?
Yeah, row 0. We're on the stage. Yeah.
That's the place. That's the place to be. 2,700 is the capacity of this venue. What time you headed down there tomorrow, David?
We're gonna work half a day, so we're gonna work till noon or so, and then head out after that. And I'm real excited. My son and one of his buddies, they got tickets, so they're coming down, and they're excited to meet some of our crazy TTB friends, John, Tom, Garrett. Love for you to meet my son and his buddy. They'll be at the bar beforehand.
So they're going to the show also?
Yeah, they're going to the show.
How many TTB shows has your son gone to with you?
I would say maybe a dozen or 2.
Okay.
But we don't usually sit together because I get a pair, and it's Ann and I. So very rare. Although we did, I will say the first time I ever saw TTB indoors was in Macon City Auditorium in 2015. And I did go with my son rather than Ann to that show. We sat together, and Jimmy Herring sat in. And that was really the night that kind of sealed my fate, was that first indoor show in Macon with TTB. I was pretty freaking hooked. I mean, I came back and Ann's like, "Can you shut the heck up about this band?" And I'm like, "No, I cannot stop talking about them." I was just like, it's amazing, and here we are 10 years later.
What was your first show? Was that festival? And how long after?
Wani first Wani show was in 13. So I'm in 13 and 14 at the Wani show, and then I think first indoor show was down in Macon. And that was fun. I went with my son, my nephew, and we had a blast. I love going to Macon for the weekend. Like Traci, if there's a decent show down there, it's a fun place for the weekend. It really is. A lot of fun. John, Tom, have y'all been to the Big House? I'm sure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Garrett, have you been to Big House?
It's been a while, but yeah. I've been there. I'm gonna get down there early tomorrow. I want to hit Rose Hill. I want to hit the Big House. I want to hit Capricorn.
Yeah.
I want to go by Kirk. I want to go by Kirk West's studio and meet him and get to check out his photos and stuff. So I got some places I want to hit before I hit the bar to meet all you crazy people.
You're gonna meet. You guys are gonna meet each other all over town, and I'm sure it's gonna be it's gonna be a vibe. I'm sure in the whole city tomorrow, and it's just something about everyone kind of knowing each other and being a degree of separation from really someone close to the Allman Brothers or Derek or Susan. Like we're all kind of sort of one big swamp family. What is the nickname for the brothers and sisters? What is the Allman Brothers nickname for the fans? Is there one?
Oh, don't know.
Not that I know of.
I'm sure. Yeah, listen, I'm sure we're forgetting. Like, oh yeah, the mushroom heads. I don't know, something.
Beach Cobblers, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, so we put together a little get together at the rooftop bar across the street from the venue, and hopefully we'll all get to meet up for a little while. Traci, you going to be joining us? I know you like to get into the venue early.
I'm going in early.
Okay, I figured.
But I'm going to try to see you guys though still.
So can we talk for a minute about the poster?
Yeah, I'm going to pull up some graphics there.
So it's got Dwayne Betts, Warren Haynes, Derek Trucks, Susan Tedeschi, Oteil Burbridge, J-Mo, Chuck Lavelle, Devin Allman, Charlie Starr, Jimmy Hall, and Lamar Williams Jr. If nobody else walks on stage all night, I'm happy. But don't they need another drummer somewhere?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a couple of drummers.
Dwayne Trucks has been announced, so I think Dwayne Betts announced that a week or two ago on Instagram.
Oh, he did? He did? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did some digging to see who else is available. Canonis is available. He's a Doobie Brother, but he's off the road. People we will not see. You will not see Grace Potter. She's booked somewhere else. You will not see Frank Hannon from Tesla, who's Dickey's son-in-law. You'll not see Billy Strings. They're all playing somewhere else that night. I'd say there's a fair chance of Jimmy Herring and or Jack Pearson. If Jack's still playing.
Jimmy is proximate to Macon. Jimmy lives in Georgia, right?
Dinneman was asking about it in the chat. Good time. There's some info for you.
Yeah, I'm hoping for Jimmy for sure.
Yeah. So some others. I mean, if you want to speculate, Bob Weir certainly has a connection, and Oteil's going to be there. He's available. If they want to go country, I once saw Eric Church do a really excellent Ramblin' Man, or Jason Aldean, who I'm not a big fan of, but he is from Macon.
Yeah.
And just if we're blue sky dreaming here, Clapton's available, Bonnie Raitt's available, Carlos Santana's available, and Cher is available.
No.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
No.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of
Johnny Stachella and Tel Wilkenfeld are available, but I don't know what they do.
Yeah, but like you said, if we just got what's on the poster with a couple of drummers, I think we're in for a hell of a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm unable to share screen right now. My browser's being wonky, but
some hosts you are.
I know, right? I could try to leave and then come back or open another browser. I'm not sure if that's the best option. If anyone's a StreamYard expert in the chat, let me know here. But I hit present.
Johnny Stachula does play with Dwayne in the Palmetto Hotel, so I would expect him.
Yeah.
The Blackberry Smoke guys, the rest of the Blackberry Smoke guys live kind of close to Macon too. Yeah. So since Charlie's there, I mean, Paul could show up. Maybe we get a Benji Shanks sighting.
Yeah, I would say Benji over Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, either one of those guys would be great. I mean, if they want another vocalist, they could bring Paul in, or Benji would be awesome.
Keep in mind, you got Jimmy Hall on the stage, and Jimmy will steal the stage.
Oh,
he will do it. No matter who else is there, he'll steal it. So
he takes up a lot of stage, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
But he's awesome. He's awesome.
Yes, he is. Yeah. He reminds me so much of one of my favorite frontmen of all time, and that's Peter Wolf. Whenever I see Jimmy on the stage singing and doing his thing, my mind immediately goes to Peter Wolf without the riffing.
Yeah. Yep. I'm a sucker for harmonica, so I'm always been a big Jimmy Hall fan. Wet Willie and harmonica, always like.
Oh, that version of with when he played with TTB was pretty wild with the harmonica and singing. What's the name of the song?
Keep on smiling.
Yeah.
Talking about taking over the stage, boy. He really dominated on that. I didn't think he was going to leave the stage.
That was the longest version of Keep on Smiling TTB has ever played. I can say that with pretty fairly certain.
And just on that note, I hope you all caught the behind the scenes video that the Swamp family posted of them rehearsing backstage with Jimmy doing Wet Willie. And for me, the best part of that was the little conversation on the out when Jimmy and Derek were talking, and Derek was talking about laying down his first demo at Capricorn Studios, and Jimmy was there, and Joe Walsh was there, and who was that produced it? Chuck Lavelle produced it. I think Derek said he was 10 or 12 years old at the time. If you haven't seen it, go on the Swamp family and find that video. It's worth the watch.
When did they start playing Keep on Smiling live? Was that 2022 or 3 or 4?
It was. They did it. They broke it out in Jacksonville whenever the tour was at the 22 or 23 tour.
Because I feel like when I was in Macon visiting those places in Capricorn, that's when I sort of discovered that band, Wet Willie, and
Wet Willie,
music from going down.
But John, you and Tom were there. They played. That was the night they were busting out a lot. They did Keep on Smiling. They did Heartbreaker by the Stone. I mean, they did a bunch of stuff that they had never done that night. That was
the first full tour after the Fireside tour. That was the first full band tour back, whichever that one was, I think.
Yeah. It was June of either 22 or 23.
Yeah.
Didn't look it up here.
Yeah, you guys are in for a special show tomorrow. Do you guys all know a lot of, besides each other on this podcast right now, do you guys all know a lot of other people who were going to be there, like just from your circles of friends beyond your son and his friend?
Yes.
I know a handful.
Yeah.
I know a few, but only by meeting them. I wouldn't say I know them as overstating it.
Yeah, no, that's so cool though. It's going to be such a great energy.
We like I said, put this thing together before at this bar at 5, and I invited, I guess, probably about 24 folks that I knew that were coming. Some know each other and some don't, but I just thought it'd be fun to, people that all TTB folks and lovers of the Allman Brothers and other stuff. So I thought it'd be great, if everybody can just stop by and have a drink somewhere between 5 and 6:30. We just hang out and shoot the shit and have some bourbon, right, John, Tom, huh?
Perhaps. I had bourbon with you the last time. No, thank you. I'm drinking beer tomorrow, bub.
Oh, you are? Okay. We'll
see how the night goes. Maybe start.
We'll allow that.
Look what Daddy's got.
Is that the?
Whenever I'm in Macon, I drink Fireball. I don't know why. I end up doing Fireball shots in Macon.
Ah, that's nothing wrong with that. Is that the Christmas edition, John?
Yes, it is. Yes. 122.5 proof.
It's so expensive. I didn't want to like it, but damn, that 122.5 was awful good.
How do you just drink it straight at 122.5? How do you?
I just a big cube in there, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm a wimp. I can't go neat. I gotta put a cube in there.
Okay, well, yeah, that's still going to be pretty damn strong, especially but
it's smooth. Even at 122, it is smooth.
It really, it surprised me.
I was going to ask for your review, John, or anyone else's who's.
Yeah, you're not drinking. Garrett, I think I got. You're not drinking paint thinner. It is good. It is very good.
Yeah, I gotta get some at some point and do something for it. Yeah.
So what are y'all expecting to hear tomorrow night? Do you expect to hear a full set of strictly Allman Brothers? Do you think they'll lean into a lot of Dickey solo stuff? Will we hear any Allman Betts stuff? I don't know. I've been listening to Dickey solo albums this week, just stuff that I didn't know. I listened to Highway Call yesterday.
Isn't Highway Call excellent?
I love that. There's an instrumental on there that I really dug.
Yeah.
I think they could do some of that. I think most of it will. My guess would be Dickey Penn Allman Brothers stuff.
That'd be my guess. Yeah.
But some pretty stuff that we don't know as well, right? Some of the stuff maybe from the late '80s into early '90s. Some of that stuff that he wrote, maybe bringing some of that. Obviously, I think we'll hear all the big hits that he wrote.
But would you?
Maybe some of his, great Southern stuff. Maybe a little bit of that.
I think so.
I don't know who all has influence on the set. If it's all his son, or how long they've been practicing on this, or how deep they're going to go. Right.
Yeah, I imagine some obscure stuff too. I feel like there's going to be someone in that.
All four of those are for sure right there.
Cinnamon's right on. Yeah.
Blue Sky, Jessica Lizard, 7 turns.
And you got Sea Level on keys. So anything that leans into some keyboards, I'm dying for that right now. I'm really
that too.
Really looking forward to Chuck Leavell.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's like I said, we don't even need any. I mean, you got Derek and Warren, and even throwing a little Charlie. That's enough guitar for me right there. But
yeah, they got 5 guitars up there.
I know. I guess Devin and Dwayne will get some play as well. But I mean, you've heard me before. I mean, for me, Derek and Warren together is I don't know, ham and cheese, peanut butter and jelly. It's bourbon and ice cube. It doesn't get much better than those two.
I can't think of a duo from a band or 2 guitar players that have related in some way, that have worked a lot together, that are better than those 2 together, at least currently today in 2025. Who would we rather see go at it back and forth?
Garcia and Weir, but ain't gonna happen.
At my time. It's not today though. No guarantee.
Devin is working on the Hammond.
I saw a photo. Alan Paul posted a photo on Facebook today of Dickey's guitarist sitting on the stage at a rehearsal. I said, "Rehearsal? This band rehearses?" Huh. So
Derek is the band leader, so they rehearse. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
If he was the band leader, they definitely were rehearsing.
The comments at the bottom move pretty fast. Someone just mentioned Franklin's Tower, and that's a really good bet for tomorrow night, because O'Teal does vocals on Franklin's Tower.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
that would be very cool.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite Dead songs, so I would really like that if I heard that.
There you go, Cinnamon. Thank you, Cinnamon. Yes.
We're working on the set list right now.
Blue Sky also. Because it's seems very similar.
I wonder if John Ginty from Allman Betts shows up and plays some keyboards and some organ tomorrow. I wonder if he comes out for a few. That'd be a nice treat, I think.
Yeah.
What about Quinones?
Yeah, Tom mentioned him earlier. That's a good bet.
If you look at the brothers shows that they're doing next month or in April, whenever those are in Madison Square Garden, he's on that bill.
Yeah.
Isaac's on that bill.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go because
you got to get into the show early, Tracy. I know you got to get into the building early.
That's not till tomorrow night.
I was getting into the car. So.
There you go. Good talking to you. Let me know about Monday if you want to join. If you're free.
Oh yeah, I'll join on Monday. Definitely.
Hope to meet you tomorrow night.
All right, I'll see everyone tomorrow.
Yep, see you tomorrow.
Cheers.
I mean, others. Obviously, Ramblin' Man, Southbound.
Yep.
Bougainvillea. I think
Joe Russo might be there. He's playing with the brothers.
Or Bougainvillea, actually.
Revival, please.
Yeah, Revival would be awesome.
Revival for sure. Crazy Love.
Ooh, is that Dickey song? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear a whipping post. I know that may not be a Dickey original, but I would love to see that end with a whipping post with all those guitarists on stage.
Oof.
Can you imagine how long that would go? It'd be at least a 20-minute.
And
how long is the show going to be? Do you think? What is there a curfew in Macon?
I don't think so. I'm
What's
guessing 7 to 10.
3 hours.
Yeah, my guess would be
intermission?
7 to 10. I know. I don't think so.
You don't need an intermission when you have multiple.
No, when you got all the musicians, I don't think so. We haven't even mentioned the Queen will be
Susan
there.
Tedeschi.
Susan, yeah,
right.
What will she sing? I mean, she's sang all of them at this
The
point.
phone book. I hope she sings the phone book.
Right.
Maybe stand back. She's done that a lot with the brothers. Maybe she does stand back tomorrow.
Yeah,
good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, all the long instrumental songs were all compositions were all Dickey centric and Dickey written, correct? From Liz Reed and
Jessica,
Les Brers, Jessica.
Yeah, we could get Le Brers. Yeah, we could. Yeah, that's a good one.
Who is the
David, what do you
songwriting
think
credits on
Charlie
Mountain
Starr
Jam?
will do?
Man, Charlie,
maybe a revival.
Charlie Starr is the most underrated guy in rock and roll. Man, he's the bomb. That guy is so freaking talented.
Yep.
I mean, he can do it all. So I don't know. Revival will just be church-like tomorrow night. I mean, I remember hearing that, John, at Wani Revival out there at Wani. I mean, it was. Whew, you talk about, feeling good. I mean, that's just, yeah.
Do you have the downloads from Wani, from that 2014 Wani?
I used what I had for a long time was I don't know, somehow I switched phones or something. I lost it. Was the one from 13. So you didn't go in 13, right?
No, sir. 14.
13 was my first one, and that first night of the brothers in the 13th was, I mean, I played that. If it was a record, it had been destroyed after 3 months. I mean, it was just like, I was just all over that. I mean, I think that was my first time seeing Derek play, was that first night at Wani, and they hit, I think Blue Sky was the third song of the set. And I was like, oh my God, that is, just phenomenal. I just was just absolutely floored. But yes, I think, and I don't know, but I need that 13 again, the 13, the first night, because that was a big one for me.
Well, I always like to tell the story about the first time we saw him was at Wani in 14. And everybody warned me, Derek Trucks is going to blow your head off. Be careful, Derek Trucks is going to kill you. Nobody said a word about the other guy. And I remember pissing off John walking out of the first night and saying, I'm not necessarily convinced that Derek is the best guitar player in this band. I'm still not necessarily convinced of that.
I hear you. But, I've told it before on your show, Adam, go back and I'm so excited that hopefully, and maybe I'm guessing the rest of you haven't met her. Sue Sanderson is coming tomorrow night. She's from up in New England. She's big time. Certainly, I think goes way back with Susan and Derek and the Allman Brothers. And so I've invited her. Hopefully she comes and has a beverage with us before the show. But I really want to meet her. But she did the video from the Boston Garden, from the garden parties.
Okay. And
she's got the 3 songs with Warren and Derek. And if you haven't seen it, you gotta, Adam. If you haven't seen it,
what is it?
I'm gonna punch you through the screen here.
No, it's Into the Mystic, and what was the other one?
And Dreams and Blue Sky, and Derek basically moves Susan out of the way, and he and Warren are just almost nose to nose, and it was It was, you know, I've said before, I think when they started with the brothers, they were playing a lot and it was this, you know, they hadn't been together in a while. And it just was, I mean, you got to go listen to that. I tell you, the 30 minutes of probably damn close to the best music I've ever heard in my 65 years. That 30 minutes, I would put it up against anything that you've heard. And thank God for Sue Sanderson's video of that, because I've got that on my favorites on my YouTube on my phone, and I walk every day and I play that like once a week, that 30 minutes. And it just, I mean, you talk about, you know, getting goosebumps, and it just, I mean, I'm tingling just talking about it. You got to listen to it. You got to, when you guys are driving up tomorrow, okay, you put that on. Right. Put that on. Go to YouTube, Sue Sanderson, find it on. All you have to do is put
Boston
TTB, Boston Garden or whatever. And it's, you know,
yeah.
And then,
it's not just that Derek and Warren are so great, and these musicians, especially Derek, are so talented. It's that their chemistry, even beyond just two great players playing together, because it's gonna be great if you got professional great players playing together. You're gonna hear great music, but something about their chemistry just takes everything to the next level, and it's just so effortless as they weave rhythms, leads, and all kinds of weaving guitar sounds together, and the timing and with each other is just you know,
exactly right. You can have two great guitarists right on stage, but it doesn't fit together, right?
And yeah, that's right.
You
it
know?
Might not necessarily fit together too.
Yeah.
There could be, if you have two guys who are just, you know, more leads, fast players who play single notes, or two rhythm guys, obviously it may be superfluous in some cases, but those guys can do it all. You know, that's what makes Derek and Warren so special. I think also is their ability to play all kinds of styles of guitar and also fit within any band. Of course, the Allman Brothers, and of course both of them have a great sense of what I've been trying to say is like the dynamics of a great sense of dynamics. That's why you know, they you know, they could take it to the pin drop, like, you know, TTB can take to the pin drop, and or, you know, make everyone go crazy dancing in the aisles and everything in between.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever, at random, I saw this band last week with my buddy. Have you ever heard of this band called The Dip? They're based out of, you guys might like them. They're kind of poppy, bluesy. They have a horn section, so very soulful. The singer's very soulful, but I saw them at kind of, you know, a small club, and there were a couple of pin droppy moments, and the crowd wasn't quieting down how I was like almost like used to or wanting to for like a Midnight in Harlem or something like that. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm spoiled by TTB fans. I'm like, oh, I wish TTB fans were here for this moment, because they would understand what the band is trying to do with the room and whatnot. But it made me think of, you know, us being awesome fans is what I'm saying. We get what the band is trying to do. And we haven't, because in a lot of ways, Derek and the band has, I think, taught us and about this is like, you know, just again, the idea of like dynamics and understanding what the band is trying to do with each song and the feel that they're trying to give the audience.
Right.
I was trying to find this Facebook page that I just joined. It's an Allman Brothers one that I'd never seen. And
be careful for spam, but yes.
interesting write-up. And one of the things the guy talks about in quoting, it seemed like some quotes from Dickey and from Dwayne, you know, back in the early days, they used the word jazz to describe their music. That was one of the adjectives that they used to describe it. I thought that was interesting. That was a little bit new to me.
What else are you going to call Liz Reed?
That's the exact song I was thinking.
Yeah, it's like, but I never knew that they had said jazz. You know, that they had actually put that word out there with what they were doing. So I guess maybe I was a little sheltered on that. But I thought that was cool.
That's often a word used to describe JMO's style.
Yes.
But to apply that to the entire band, yeah, I haven't heard that either.
Yeah, this is interesting. And you've been to the big house. If you're going again, I don't know if we're going to go by there or not, but we're going to try to get into H&H for breakfast on Saturday, right when they open.
What are you going to get?
We're going to have. I'm gonna go big time. I'm gonna go big time with the country fried steak, eggs, grits, biscuit, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. That's what I'm thinking about for Saturday. Soak up some of that bourbon and all the good music taken in on Friday night.
Well, you're going to need that walk with the music when you get home.
Yes, exactly. That's right. I gotta,
When in Rome.
That's right.
Soul food, gotta have.
Yeah.
It's essential. There's certain things about Macon that are just seem to be, essential. From the Capricorn, the H&H, the big house, and coming down to see a show, let alone a very special one, for sure.
This will be exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be. I said it definitely a lot. Number of people that I know that are going. I'm sure there's a number of folks to see that I didn't realize had tickets and all, and a couple of folks that I know that actually live in Macon that are big fans were able to score tickets as well. So that's exciting.
I haven't checked the stats recently, but what are the tickets going for on StubHub?
I looked earlier. I saw the lowest was 600. I saw 600 earlier this afternoon, but let's look right now.
I saw a little bit lower than that. I think.
Did you?
Lowest I saw, David, was 450 when I looked earlier.
That's a pretty good drop from where they were a month ago.
Well, I'm looking right now. The cheapest.
Well over 1,000. Yeah.
600 is the cheapest right now.
Oh,
what's the top of the line?
Front row for $3,000.
Well, there you go, Tom. Your price is down to $550. I'll have it in the morning.
I mean, there's seats behind mine. They're wanting almost $2,000 for. That's crazy.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna share some comments here. We got Cinnamon. JMO hit them to a lot of the bebop cats, but Dickey was a huge fan of Django, fan of gypsy jazz, some of the jazz influences. Brandon,
I'm liking Cinnamon's input tonight.
Yeah, Brandon Renfro in the chat. What's up, Brandon?
Hey, Brandon.
Saying hello.
Yeah.
Just got home and tuning in
Hey,
later.
Brandon.
Are you going to the show, Brandon? Are you going to the tomorrow
I think he sold his tickets. He had a post a while back. He had 4 he had to get rid of. I think he. Brandon, if I'm wrong, call me out. But
yeah, I think you're right. I think I
post.
did say because I think I messaged him because he did he had some tickets for sale or something.
I had 4 seats on the 5th row. Got offered stupid money.
Yeah.
Okay, and you do have the stream. I'm not judging. Online, we'll judge him offline.
No,
if I was in his situation and got offered stupid money, hey, I probably would have sold them too. But
he used the word stupid. Right. He used the word stupid. You don't have to say what number. Here's a question from Cinnamon. Have any of y'all done shrooms or acid at a TTB show? You don't have to answer that.
No, but it was offered in a parking lot, and a stranger that we ran into took him up on it.
Yeah,
and I believe he had a different experience in the show than I did.
Not in 40 years, man. Those days are past me.
Yeah,
I feel like I'd be better off doing it the night before, or the day before, or the day after. I don't know. I better to keep me focused on the music.
Right.
Yeah.
A couple of beverages, and I'm good for the TTB show right now.
Yeah.
That's about where I'm at.
I don't even smoke inside anymore. I just use edibles. I just use gummies.
That's good. TTB on THC is good for me.
Yeah.
The mushrooms is therapy. I don't need to start doing a deep dive in my own brain too much while Susan's singing. I just want to. I'm sure it'd be awesome. But maybe we'll see.
I'm melting in my seat from other things.
Split an eighth of mushrooms and have a nice show. That's not bad. You guys would be all right with that. I paid off my son's braces, says Brandon. That's very.
Oh wow!
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
cool.
go.
Yeah.
Well, my concern is that Johnny still has my ticket in his hand, and he's got to go to Ireland next week. So I'm hoping he shows up and picks me up in the morning. We'll see.
Is there a train? There's a bus? Is there a bus or something you can get? Oh, he's got your ticket though. Oh,
yeah.
You can't transfer. Oh, there's like no transfers.
Strictly vacation to Ireland.
My daughter is temporarily working over there for Google, so she's there on a 3-month assignment. So it's a good opportunity.
Good excuse, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So we're going over there for a week. Have you been?
No, never been to Ireland. No, nice.
Okay. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Where are you again, John? Right now,
I live in Apopka, Florida. It's just outside of Orlando, northwest of Orlando.
But you're not from there originally. You're from
Toledo, Ohio.
Right. Yeah, you were talking about TTB in
right.
Toledo.
If you don't him with Toledo and his great spot to see TTB in Toledo.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I was asking you guys about the lesser known. We've had conversations about these sort of lesser known, more off the beaten path, great TTB venues that don't get the love of the major top 5, top 10 ones.
Yeah, that ended up being a great venue. It's no St. Augustine amphitheater, but the Toledo Zoo was a quality play for them. That was a quality venue for them for sure.
Now, are you going? You're going both nights to St. Augustine, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Is Tom in or out on that?
Tom's in on St. Augustine.
Okay. Well, we're tailgating, right? So we got.
Yes, sir. We'll talk tomorrow.
We got to get our plan together for. We got a long time for that. That's hopefully it's not the end of the road. Well, maybe they'll fit Atlanta in somewhere before it, but
they're adding it probably.
If they don't do the Fox Theater this year, I'm boycotting the band. No, I'm just kidding. I would never.
No, they're coming to Atlanta. They're coming.
That idle threat of mine right there, huh?
We have the same conversation every year about that. About what they didn't have my city on the thing on years that they're having heavy touring. They've kind of hit. Not always the West Coast though, but that's all right. We're getting the West Coast this year though.
Are they going back to the Greek?
One at a time. Me?
No, I know you wimped out.
No, I'm not. Probably.
But John, are you doing Sun, Sand, and Soul?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Wow.
Are they doing the Greek Theater again?
Yes, Greek in LA. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. That looked like a really good venue for them.
Yeah. No, it's like a Wednesday show or something, which is interesting. But it is an evening with. Last I saw, so that's cool. And most of the shows do have openers. I noticed. Not that that's a bad thing, but obviously.
How many shows you got tickets for, Adam?
I'm just the one so far, but we'll see what the year has.
Just one so far.
So far, well, we'll see. I might end up doing. I think they're doing Phoenix also this year. Maybe the Bay Area.
Well, since we last spoke, we added 2 more to our schedule.
Did you book Montana?
I did book Montana.
Nice.
But we ended up grabbing the last 2 nights of the Beacon run.
Oh wow, nice.
That was not on the that was not in the plan, but it is now. So
that wasn't on your TTB bingo card for this year.
It was not. and she could be happy. I ended up finding 2 singles on the second row for face value.
Oh wow!
Not together for one of the nights. So I was like, "How do you pass that up?" Right?
Right.
Evening with at the Beacon. I'm like, "Come on, we got to make that. You got to do that." So
those are weekend shows, right? The last 2?
Friday, Saturday. Yeah. So so we ended up adding that to the list.
These shows are like there's such a family atmosphere. I feel like obviously me having been to the Beacon shows, but especially your St. Augustine shows that seem to be at the end of tours, or obviously even the Fox shows has like a homecoming, kind of like a hometown feel to it. But I'm sure we were going to get that very much so tomorrow. I mean, these are 2 really they're family bands. The Allman Brothers Band is a family band. Tedeschi Trucks Band is a family band. And I guess I forget that that's something that both of these bands have in common, and obviously one kind of giving some degree of birth to the other, like, is also the connection. But yeah, just a great family atmosphere. What's up, Bob Ozzie in the chat? What's very cool, David? See you at the Beacon.
Yeah.
Cinnamon needs to go to Red Rocks, Tipitinas, the Gorge. He's also asking about favorite venues in the chat. We can go around the room. Garrett, what's your favorite all-time venue? I guess to see TTB, I'm going to say. Otherwise, I'm not interested. That's interesting.
Right, yeah.
I mean, all-time Spirit of Sewanee Music Park in Live Oak, Florida. But, I mean, the ones that I have the chance to go to more often, probably the Ryman in Nashville. I mean, that just doesn't get any better. I mean, the sound is awesome. The seats in there could be better. Those pews are not the most comfortable, but for
Part of the
a
charm,
great
right?
quality
Who
show,
sits?
I mean, huh?
Who sits?
Right.
Who sits? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about you, John?
Well, it's like choosing your favorite ice cream, really. I mean, I'd have to gun to head. I'd have to go with Ryman, but Ryman and Beacon are right there. But I'd have to go with Ryman.
Tom?
And after last year, St. Augustine is there for the outdoors.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll play St. Augustine Amphitheater all day. But they did a 5-year run at Daly's Place in Jacksonville. The venue is not as great, but boy, there were some great shows there.
Mm.
The best shows I ever saw him play were at Daly's. But
I know David's not a fan of Daly's.
Yes.
We've talked about Daly's, but
Yeah,
the band is great.
I mean, that definitely a great show there was the day Greg Allman passed away. They were playing there that night. That was a hell of a show. I'm going to tell you something. No, maybe that's not right.
David's got 100 venues to choose from.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I guess it was one you've been to.
I'm looking to see when that show was. I think it must have been 23 when they played those covers. You're talking to Southern guys here, Adam, and I got to go with the Mother Church is still my favorite. I have definitely seen a lot of venues now. I hit Red Rocks last year for the first time, and the Beacon is great. I think Beacon has just a great, because people come from all over. I think that's a great thing. But
you're talking about the Ryman.
Yeah, but if you're in the Ryman, and again, the pews, it does get a little cramped in there, even when you're standing up. But it's just, I don't know. It's just amazing. I don't know. I'm so bummed. And right now, all my memories are coming up from the Ryman because they did February 27, 28, 29 of 2020, right before the shutdown. They did a 3-night run at the Ryman, and someone posted on Facebook, Matt Gervais, who I give a lot of credit to, and he puts that February 29th show up there amongst the all-time greats. And I mean, there's just been a lot of great shows.
What was it about that show specific? I did see him comment something about that. What was it about that show that was so?
I mean,
just a stellar set list.
Yeah, I mean, I have to go back and pull it up, but it was JJ's.
As if I don't know what makes TTB.
It was JJ's last show.
Right.
That was JJ's last show with them. It was, I don't know, it was a great run. The poster from that, we still haven't framed it. We got the 3 posters. It's the waves. It's really cool. But yeah, I like the Ryman. I like
sometimes,
the
sometimes it's hard to separate having an amazing experience from the venue. If everything is great, the band sounds great. You got your song that you were looking to hear, and you hung with the band after. You ate some good food. You hung with friends. No one gave you a hard time that night. So sometimes the whole vibe of the night can maybe make you feel one way or another about a venue. Oh, that usher gave me a hard time, and that kind of spoiled a few moments for me. So maybe the night wasn't perfect, and you have a feeling about one way or another about a venue.
There's a lot of venues we still haven't been to. We had a great weekend in the Chicago Theater. I mean, that was amazing to get into that room for one. Had never experienced that. I thought that
another
was
nice
amazing.
building. Yes,
was great. Here, I mean, Chattanooga's got 2 great venues that they've played in. I mean, that's a great spot. Just seems a little sad now. Some of these great little theaters in Birmingham, the Alabama Theater, another just great old theater, and just I don't know, something about TTB in an old theater. It just fits, you know.
It feels timeless. Their music, Derek and Susan and the band, their music is timeless. Just I don't know, even it's just they're musicians, and they play, I guess, traditional instruments, if that makes any sense. There's no electronic aspect to TTB. There's nothing that makes it feel like it could be dated. Like there's no synthesizers that might make it feel one way or another or anything like that. Their music transcends time, and I think when we're in venues that are historic in that nature, it just makes perfect sense, and it feels like you could be watching TTB. Like what would the blues artists, the American blues artists, think if they heard TTB and they heard Derek's guitar playing like at these venues? Like what would the ghosts of like what was Dockery Farms like? What would the ghosts of Dockery Farms say about Derek's playing?
Yeah, when you were talking about that, I went immediately to Dockery Farms, and I would have to say, coolest venue I've ever seen them at. Okay, coolest venue, hands down. Just bizarre. I mean, just so cool. I mean,
I'm eating mushrooms before that show.
Yeah, I mean,
you might see some shit at that.
I mean, there's a sign right by this. It's not even a stage. It's like a barn. It's a half-open barn, and the sign next to it says "Birth of the Blues." Right? There's a marker, "Birth of the Blues," and it just was like, and it was just like, I don't know, 300 people. I don't know how many it was. 300 people, 500 on folding chairs, like in a little grass field in front of a barn. It was, I mean, that was
magical, as Brandon was describing the Ryman. It's all real. Maybe that's like, it feels good, blah, blah. We like going to shows and we feel cathartic after, we're almost like tired. It's like a spiritual experience, but it really is magical. Like, and just TTB delivers the magic consistently more than any other band. Like you're signing up for magic, really, from start to finish. There's just no wasted note. Everything is just, it's effortless, but they also give effort, if that makes any sense. There's that sort of dichotomy going on.
I mean, I love them in any venue, but to me, it's a big difference seeing them at the Ryman versus the Boston Garden. Right.
Sure.
For sure.
I mean, I don't begrudge them making money and doing what's right for them. But if I had my druthers, a theater just fits and it feels and it just, it gets inside your soul. It's just, to me, it's not as, I mean, I know a lot of people are into Billy Strings. I haven't kind of found that yet, but every time I see a video or something, it's in this massive venue and it just seems very sterile to me. It just seems like the venue is sterile.
And the sound is escaping.
I like a venue that's got character.
And to your point, Tommy and I saw Billy at St. Augustine Amphitheater. That was magical. That was a great, great night. It also was 420, April 20th. But it was a great night. It was a great atmosphere. So I agree with you 100%, David. There is so much involved in being in the right venue.
Yeah. And that's nice to know that he still plays some of the smaller ones on occasion. That I like to hear that. That's nice.
Go ahead, Tom.
I once saw TTB play on a golf course in Brunswick, Georgia, and they were great. The band is great. The band is great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I see them anywhere and love them. But if I have my druthers, just the vibe of the venue, has some stuff to do with it. I don't know.
For sure.
For me.
Speaking of the Ryman and things that weren't on my musical bingo card at the start of the year, I'm actually cutting my Macon trip short. I'm headed Saturday to Nashville to see Billy at Bridgestone, and then I lucked into a ticket into the Ryman for Sunday night.
You did? I saw you posted. You got one, huh? You got one for that?
I had an old friend in Florida. I haven't seen him in a few years. He called me while I was at work today, and so I looked at the people around me. I said, I'm stepping outside to take this phone call. I said, this guy normally doesn't call me. And I said, hello. And he goes, yeah, it's a voice from the past. And he goes, how you doing? I said, good. And he goes, did you find a Ryman ticket yet? I said, no. And he goes, well, you found one now. He goes, I've got one for you if you still want to come. I'm like, yes, count me in for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is this your first bite of the Billy Apple, or you've been before?
I've seen him. This will be my 5th and 6th show.
Awesome. So we got nothing to tell you. Awesome. Good for you.
First time at a Billy show at the Ryman. I've been to the Ryman a bunch, but this will be my first Billy experience in that building, and I'm really looking forward to what he might have after that acoustic performance he pulled off last year. I'm really anxious to get to, well, not so anxious. I don't want to do the other 2 shows, but I'm just so anxious to get to Sunday night. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see what they pull off.
Good for you.
My son saw, I guess Billy did. He did 2 nights here in Atlanta a week or so ago, and my son went to the Saturday night. I think it was just last Saturday night he was here in Atlanta.
I was listening to that part of that show on my drive home from work tonight.
Yeah.
In preparation for the weekend.
Well, and we've talked about before when Derek went across the street, right, from the Ryman over to Bridgestone to play with him, huh?
Yep, I was there that night as well. That was crazy.
My friend that I'm doing the Saturday night Bridgestone show with, those came up in her memories, and she tagged me and said, look what you missed by going to the wrong venue. But my reply is, she loves Lucas Nelson. So I said, well, we got Lucas Nelson. So
there
I said,
you go.
That was the trade-off we got. She goes, yeah, I'm jealous of that.
That was a nice, I think it was Leaving Trunk that night.
Yes.
Yes, I think you're right. It was. And he played one of Susan's guitars, if I remember right. The white SG.
Yes, I think you're right. I think so. Yep. Well, she hasn't broken that out in a while. That's a pretty guitar.
Yeah, that's the only time I've seen that one come out. I'd love to see it again.
She played it at the Beacon one time. I think she had brought it out at the Beacon one time.
Okay. Now I wonder if we'll see any special guitars make an appearance tomorrow night.
Well, I guess somebody has bought that. The Gold Top has been purchased by somebody. So I don't, sometimes it's at the big house and sometimes it's not, I think is what's there. But the last time they were in Macon, so I don't know what happened. The Gold Top was there or something, but Derek didn't play it. I don't know. I don't know what happened that he didn't play it, but yeah, it would be nice if that was there, or obviously, who knows?
I would assume Devin would have Greg's black acoustic. He has that on tour with him quite often.
And maybe Dwayne has some of Dickey's guitars, right?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Bring the old blue upright out of the big house. The old blue piano that they used to write songs on.
Yeah. Yeah. You see, in the kitchen, I think it is now, right? Is that what it's housed in the kitchen?
Yeah. We had a piano at home. My father-in-law ran a movie theater company, and they used to have pianos in the front of the houses for pre-show entertainment. And we took it when they closed the theater. Lynn and I took this piano, and it was a really old upright grand, and really old, needed tuning and everything. Tom and I go to the big house, and we go into that room, and I'm like, holy shit, that's our piano, except it's painted all blue. We had that exact piano, but in its natural wood. I was blown away. Anyway, sorry to hijack.
That's all good.
No.
That's
great
what we're here
stuff.
for. These stories, all these connections. Yep.
My big memory in the big house is when first time I walked in and went into where the pool table is, and up on the wall is a picture from Atlanta Fulton County Stadium from the Georgia Jam, April of 1974, and that was my first time ever seeing the Allman Brothers. Was April of 74, and then I saw them their very last show, October of 14. So what is that? Wow. 74 to first time to 14. How many is that? 40 years.
Well, I
guess they were in existence 45 or something. Obviously I didn't see them every year, but probably about 25 times over those 40 years, something like that.
Yeah.
But didn't get to see the original ones. My sister saw the original 6.
And of course, my dad. Yeah, and I was just saying. Of course, my dad was at the live at the Fillmore.
Oh, yeah, at the Fillmore. Yeah, wow.
And he'd seen pretty much everyone who came through the Fillmore East during that era. That's pretty. I had him on episode 70. I remember, of course, and that was pretty much the entire conversation, or what the conversation was centered around was really his experience at the Fillmore East. There's even a pic that I showed the picture of him in that. What was that British magazine? I forget what the name of it was, but there was actually a shot of him like in the crowd, not too far from the stage at the Fillmore East, which is super, super cool for sure.
I remember you talking with your dad on the show. That was
right.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm trying to get them to. I was gonna say I'm trying to get them to go because they're big Steve Winwood fans to go to those shows in Connecticut. I think they're in September. Maybe I'll have to have to fly in for those shows. That would be cool if I could make that happen. Because they're both big. Both of my parents are big Steve Winwood fans. So to see, I'm sure he'll do stuff with Susan and Derek in the presence of the Lord with Susan.
That'd be awesome. Wow,
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Not to get too far ahead of myself by 7 months or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing we've got this thing tomorrow night to tide us over till the beginning of May when they kick it off, right?
Yep. Yeah, and I'm thankful for Nugs. Thank you for streaming the show. I'll continue to plug and promote all that stuff. I got the link to the Nugs in the YouTube as well. It's free.
I was going to say, I believe it's on their YouTube page. It's not on the actual Nugs site. It's on their YouTube.
Okay. Well, I have the link to their site, so I'm sure the link is there. It's on there. So, right. But it is. That's what they meant by free. It's like free on.
Yeah, it's on the Nugs.net YouTube page. So yeah, it's a free broadcast.
Is it a one-time stream, or can I watch it next week?
That's the $1 million question.
I would assume Nugs will be there filming everything, obviously. So I would assume they're going to put it up on their website.
Yeah.
I would think maybe after tomorrow, maybe they leave it up for a day for people to go on YouTube and watch it. And then I would imagine they'll pull it down and they'll put it up really good quality on their site. And then they'll maybe put the audio out. I hope we get soundboard audio out of this thing.
Gotcha.
That would be great for me. I mean, I love soundboard audio, and Nugs always, I mean, that's how I see all the Billy shows. I get to, Billy, and there's so many bands on there that I like. It's worth it. And right around, I think it was New Year's Eve, they had a deal, do the whole year for $99. So I created another email and signed back up so I could get the whole year for $99. So that's worth it in itself for all the live content plus all the soundboard recordings. And they've even got old TTB shows on there. I don't think they've done anything too recent, but they've got a lot of the old videos from I think last year on there that are worth going back to watch. So it's worth it for a music junkie like me.
Nice.
Join us for a free live stream in memory of Dickey Betts. And then if you go to the YouTube, it's pages. Yeah, it might not stay up on the YouTube because I'm looking at like their Nugs.net's YouTube like live page, which just has like the first few songs of like it's probably streamed. So maybe that's just what we're getting, but maybe they'll, like you're saying, leave the whole thing up for a little bit.
Leave it up for like all of Saturday and maybe Sunday, and then they'll pull it down probably by Monday, I would think, and then they'll put it back up on their own site and start charging people.
So let me ask you one question for the road. Yeah. Suppose you're standing outside the venue tomorrow, about to walk in the door, and somebody walks up and says, "I'll trade you two tickets for the Brothers show in MSG for your ticket right here." Do you take it, or do you walk in the door?
I walk in the door.
You could even toss in the airfare, and I wouldn't trade it.
Smaller venue. You don't want to give away the tickets to the smaller, more intimate.
I mean, and we've got you're getting Jimmy Hall, you're getting Charlie Starr, some other guests I don't think you'd see in New York. And again, like Adam said, I think a venue with a lot more vibe,
right.
The Macon vibe and all. I think it's going to be pretty darn special in that room tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm expecting something truly unique and memorable for sure.
You got a long day, John. If you're going to pick up time, what time are you leaving in the morning?
I'll roll out of here about 6:15 when my wife leaves. Yeah. So
the adrenaline will be flowing.
Oh, it's already flowing. I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
24 hours to go. I want to be sedated, baby.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited just to, like I'm saying, just watch the stream. And there's something that it just is more special about seeing it live. I love watching. I could watch YouTube Tedeschi Trucks Band videos all day, but like something about it live and knowing that anything can happen, that spontaneity feels, you feel that much more connected, like you're there in some capacity.
It's so cool that they're streaming this because there's so many fan communities. And I mean, if you did a Venn diagram, there's a point where we all come together, but all these fan communities, whether it's Warren Haynes or TTB, Classic Allman Brothers, you know where I'm going with this. The numbers of people out there who wanted to see this show, and it's at a 2,700 seat. It genuinely makes me feel bad, for them. So I'm so happy that they're doing the stream because, like we talked about at the beginning, getting tickets, we just got plumb lucky. That's all it was.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. So don't hate us.
Absolutely, just blind. Just jumped on there. Like I said, going a little bit towards the back of the room.
Yeah.
Not being too greedy because they were going fast at the front there for sure. And
I've never seen, we've all been in pre-sales. I've never seen blue dots fly off the screen like they were that morning. I mean,
that was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy to watch, right? It was like
giving me anxiety thinking about it.
It was, that's why it was nice. I guess I've heard that the Brothers thing in New York hasn't sold that great, and the ticket prices were high. The face value I heard was high.
Yeah,
and but I was glad I wasn't even considering that. So because ticket buying day is definitely I'm losing my hair over ticket buying days, I guess.
I hear you. Anything else we should cover or talk about? You guys, of course, are all welcome to join. I'm going to do the same time on Monday. Give people a couple of days to get back to wherever they're headed, and I want to get the recap, and I'll be watching it too, so I'll know what the hell you guys are talking about.
I'll throw out one thing that saw a video, has nothing to do with tomorrow night, but I want to put out in the universe. I want Susan to bring back "There's a Break in the Road." I want to hear that in 2025 at a show. Okay.
Yes.
That's a cover I want him to bring back. It's been a while.
Who's the original?
Alan Toussaint.
Oh yeah. Okay. They all did a handful of songs from him. What's the other one? But what's the got woman in the name? What's the other Alan?
Get Out of My Life, Woman.
Get My Life, Woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another good one. He has a lot of great songs. Huh?
Put that out there for somebody hears that or something. Would love to hear that one somewhere down the road this year. But
yeah, that's a funky one.
I look forward to seeing everybody on the screen, but Adam tomorrow. Guys, I can't wait to hang on.
I'll look out for you guys.
Yeah, we'll FaceTime you from the bar, Adam.
We'll take a group picture and send
have your David. You can have your wife have Ann Instagram live my Tedeschi Trucks account. We can go Instagram live maybe from the Tedeschi Trucks account. That could be fun. And
all right, well, does she know how to do that?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, any of you guys want to check in?
That'd be hilarious.
The show's at was it 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific time.
We're going to try to hit the bar about 5.
Yeah, my bar's over there. I might hit it around we'll see 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. We'll see.
Yeah,
no, it's gonna be fun.
I'll just say, listen for on the live stream tomorrow. Listen for me. I'll be the idiot in the back yelling "Freebird!"
Yeah.
Someone's got to. Well, they did play Freebird that one time, wasn't it? It was also in tribute to Leonard Skinner in some capacity. I remember they played just like the first part of Freebird, and I think Warren sang. It's on YouTube. The Allman Brothers doing Freebird. I think just that one time.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think that was in 2009, wasn't it? Didn't they have wasn't Rosington sitting in with them from Skinner, I think?
I'm not sure. I think Derek was there too.
Yeah, I have to.
Well,
we have to.
09 was that big run they did, and they had all the guests sit in. They had like Bob Weir and Phil Lesh, and they had Billy Gibbons one night, and they had Trey Anastasio and a bunch of people in that whole run. Because I think it was that run, maybe that had something to do with, yeah, it was in honor of Dwayne. I think they dedicated that whole year of Beacon shows to Dwayne specific, and they had a bunch of different people that Dwayne played with or played with him come out. So I want to say they had Gary Rosington out, and they did Freebird, I think, because
You got it, Garrett. March 27th, 2009 at the Beacon.
Okay, I thought I was remembering right. Okay.
There you go.
Quicker on the Google than me.
Yeah, I got that one. Yeah, they got a picture of Ronnie Van Zant up on the screen there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it was a tribute to him.
Yeah.
Some capacity. So, yell Freebird is the moral of the story.
There's one in every crowd.
It's with the USA Hockey playing it after the goals, and it's back in the popular culture. Not that it was Freebird was ever gone from the popular culture. Hope you all have a blast, guys. Says Brandon in the chat. Thanks, y'all. Enjoy the braces. I hope they're working out. Very, very cool. Good. Everybody wins for sure. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
Thanks, Adam. Warm for you, John.
Follow, like, subscribe, all the things. Thank you, guys, and let's talk soon.
All right.
Peace.
See you guys.
Nice.